Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Fifakill, as you know, and today what I have for you is kind of like a class setup slash gameplay type video, and if you haven't seen the thumbnail slash read the title already, then what I have for you today is a Sheiva slash Scythe class setup kind of thing, and how to get nuclears maybe a little bit easier if you are having maybe a little bit of trouble with it. There are lots of ways you can do that, but first of all, I just want to talk about the class. It is a Sheiva with the Elo sight, the grip, and fast mags, and running, you know, the same perk setup as usual, afterburner, overclock, and scavenger, and tactical mask. Obviously, I do think these are the best perks in the game, and I use them pretty much on almost every single class of mine, which is why I think they're so good. I've used it since the beginning. I will continue to use it. I've tried maybe some other perk setups when I've like played on some other people's accounts, but this definitely seems to be the one that works the best for me, and I believe it will work the best for everybody else if you give it time to get used to it and, you know, fully consider everything. But as I said, this is a Sheiva slash Scythe setup, and if you are having a little bit of trouble getting nuclears, hopefully this video today can help you out on that. So first of all, I just want to talk about the Sheiva a little bit, because obviously that is the main thing you are going to be using if you are going for a nuclear, because, you know, it's a 30 gun streak and that is your primary weapon, so obviously you're going to be using that to get a majority of your kills. So I want to start by talking about that. The Sheiva is an assault rifle. It is a semi-automatic weapon, which does mean that you have to press the fire button every time you want to fire. However, this can be very, very advantageous if you are going for a nuclear, because, you know, like I said, there's many ways you can get nuclears. You can camp, you can rush, you can kind of be in the middle of that, you can spawn trap, you can do anything really to get one. It just, you know, everything just has to go right. The enemies have to be, you know, a certain skill level, you have to be playing really good, and everything just has to work out, obviously, if you're going to string together 30 kills without dying. But the Sheiva is definitely a good, you know, method of getting nuclears. You can play a little bit slower and you can play aggressively with it. Usually in all my videos I say you should definitely play aggressive. However, you know, getting a nuclear like that is definitely a lot harder. That's how you should play if you're trying to go for gameplays, but if you're just wanting to get a nuclear so that you can have one, then this is definitely the best way forward. You can camp with a Sheiva. You don't even need to camp necessarily. You can run around with it as I do in this video, and you can really do anything with it. It's a very versatile weapon, which is one of the reasons why I would definitely suggest it. But yeah, it's a 2-shot kill, and if you think about it, there isn't really much of a delay in between each bullet you can fire. There isn't really much of a thing stopping you from firing again. If you do have a trigger finger, it's not necessary with this gun, so even if you don't worry about it, because there is a short timer that it doesn't let you shoot for, so, you know, the time that a normal person without a trigger finger can fire compared to the person with a trigger finger is really not that different at all, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter. You know, you can just fire it, and then you just have to make sure you get those 2 shots off. I would say the Sheiva does require having a pretty good accuracy rate, but at the end of the day, it's really not essential, because you can miss 1 or 2 bullets, as I do in a lot of these kills here, as you'll see on the screen. So yeah, Sheiva's definitely really good. You can definitely camp with it. You can play aggressive with it, as I do. I would more suggest playing the slightly slower way. Definitely not completely rushing, obviously, as it's an assault rifle. It's made for long range, especially since it's a semi-auto, and it's a little bit harder to land those semi-auto shots if you are close range. So I'd suggest playing a little bit slower. Maybe have a head glitch on a really good power position in the middle of the map, where you know you're going to be getting a lot of kills, and there's a lot of traffic in that area, so you can be getting the kills and get yourself that nuclear. So yeah, Sheiva's definitely a good gun for that kind of stuff. The grip just makes it even more accurate. It's not 100% necessary, but I really like it. Elo sight, you can pick between that and the red dot. I just really like the Elo, and of course fast mags. Just, you know, if you do miss a lot of bullets, or you're stringing together a load of kills, as you are if you're going for a nuclear, then you want to have some time. You know, you need to reload quickly so you can kill some more people. But yes, that's why you should use the primary. Anyway, the other half of this video is about why you should be using the Scythe. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos recently. The Scythe is a really underrated specialist streak. It was the best at one point, and I believe it still may be, right next to the Tempest. Also, you see I pick up the nuke right here, but the Scythe is absolutely godly. They have nerfed it quite a lot, taking away a lot of its bullets, but it still does have that same damage. And if you do have that accuracy, like I said, which you mainly require for the Sheiva, then you can definitely do a lot of damage with it, as I do, and, you know, it can help you get some of those closer range kills, as the Scythe is really a rush prone, like really rush heavy specialist weapon. So you can, you know, you can use the Sheiva to play back a little bit, and you can rush with the ability of the Scythe. So yeah, you want to be getting that as much as possible as well, so that's why you're using that other clock. Anyway, I hope you guys did find this video very you know, useful. Hopefully you guys can get some nuclears out of it. I know that this is a class that I've been using a lot recently. It's definitely working out for me getting some nuclears, so you guys should definitely try this out. Let me know how it goes for you in the comment section below. If you did like the video, make sure to drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next video.